tuza kutandikiraho muri Afrika iwe hurikize umwihanga area Sudani obwa hatori nkumwe bembezi owihanga area Sudan orukwebembera amahe omuku eyibakoze umwaka gw'2021 kwihobo nuwatahana ibembera amahe mshijo guno barigeraho mwihanga area Uganda kandi ariyo kumwihanga area Sudan batahayo n'abarwana hagati ya General Fattah al-Burhan n'ubundi ni ngambaho kandi utahana rwana na matahiwe General Hamadan Dagalo ajiro muri kiko rukuru rwa UN General Assembly yagambe bukwaterenana ahihanga area Sudan na nentare z'abarino barwana kandi yarabura amahanga agabajunguna n'aba bako bantu bagezaho okwenda kuyambihanga area Sudan ngo barahukiye kubayamba wabo kubortaroro ndubasa kuzana no mahanga ganda getorere ihanga area Sudan. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan iwo hurikize orukwebembera ihe erihanga area Sudani arigireyo yaza omurikiko rukuru orwa UN General Assembly nawe yayegambaho nk'abandi bebembezo ko babiri bahereza za speech omwihanga area America aho urikiko ahuri yagamba harataro ryo ndigendo mumesho mwihanga area Sudani yagamba bimwe ahabinte byo biteganisa abantu omuri Sudani ebzo byona bukwatere yabita aharmatahiwe aho turuko baranka omuhezwe okurigiro mu ndaganizi babiri bateriho omukono kubahiriza batwamba government ya Omar el-Bashir bitkando omuhezwe General Hamadan Dagalo urukwebembera aba Rapid Support Force ebyafaye byaba Rapid Support Force ngabukugambiraho iwe hurikiza ko batandikirena ku rwoko enyuma ombajanja widina no kusya ahi batungira obushoborozo mu government ya Omar el-Bashir. General Fattah al-Burhan arigire yagira ngo ortaruru ndobasa spreading aruze na no mahanga ganda getorere ihanga area Sudan. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan enshobizona azijwekire matahiwe General Hamadan Dagalo owari kugira ngo Dagalo akakora cyone cy'uru kubasika okureta ho ortaro omwihanga area Sudani kandi ngo abere nakoresa ba mercenaries narshi abasirikare abempangisano ababere ne bapangisa kurga omukigombe cy'abatezi bembunde cya Wegna ekihanga area Russia. Agizere ngo habiremo ebikorobero omurtaruru orutakwire na hatorero yo mwihanga area Sudani nagira ngo abantu abarukurenga kashanju na 500 barigiro mu magaragensi abandi bahunga umwihanga area Sudani bazo mu mahanga agetorere Sudani ebyimshuburo ngo bukasiskara kandi aheguriye ibe byona muhabere hariyo okwamba abakazi okwandika abana bato okubata omuntaro okucwekereza ebintu ebihanga area Sudan okurubatirira obugabe bw'abantu omwihanga area Sudan kandi byona abiteire aha mutwe gwa General Hamadan Dagalo. Iwo hurikize omwihanga area Sudani kukuza kwetegereza byone bibiri nibagamba General Fattah al-Burhan urutaro rahirwahika omwihanga area Sudan namazima tarukwenda kugira ngo tuhike aha reveji aho abantu ferwa magaragabo abo kubeki kandi kibasa kwemerezwa nangwana n'urutaro tutakashikire ombere bwiha urutaro rutandaka 2015 byo kwezo kwakana ekizibwa kiri kuba kiri buri muntu nabana yehurira amani abariko babari omuntaro bena ngo babanze barwane entaro rero empanura z'obusinge ntubantuma yangu nizija ko bahumbwire bo mesho kunka abengi bakunda kubanza omuntaro okwenda kwerekereza amagara g'abantu maybe obundi bakikora mukumanya ninga umubutakimanya sukunka iwe hurikize ezi ishu zona kuza kwika hati ngo kuziri okwiha 215 byo kwezo kwa kana ezentaro zikana zibasa kwemerera mu ihanga eri Sudani kandi nango ko nogira ngo enshobe ezabandize zakozwe President Omar el-Bashir zikaza kwija kukorwa kunogira ngo Omar el-Bashir akaba nahurra okuhaburwa okwabere kuruho omwihanga eri Sudan nababire nabagezaho kwenda kurwanira abantu ababire bari omucyange cya Darfur even na nihanga eri Sudan bakaba batakwija kurucwamo kugira ngo tugere South Sudan hamwe na Sudan gonke kizwe kiriho omwihanga eri Sudani no General Fattah al-Burhan uriyo nakora campaign no kwetorora ensi yona nawe kine mistakes wano hurra umuringo gwari kugambamo nabasa kuba aine kozi eyari kurwanira amahanga eyigaru kureba neyabebembeze bari kureba bari kuzamo abari kukonvisinga narasha bari kugambira enshonga zihanga eri Sudani kunka nawe kwa kuba nakugambira ninga wareba ebitongore by'amakuru bari kwandika har statements ze na stand ye na ninkiriza ye eyine brief yine aharutarur na ahihanga eri Sudan nawe kine mistakes estari kubasa kuyambihanga eri Sudan General Fattah al-Burhan etorira amahanga menje ntutegateka ngo umusumargo gwa hamuhero gutere statements zahere hagati y'urukiko rwa UN General Assembly mu ihanga eri America ahabo kubibugambo ebyabere nagamba umukureba okwanje nibasa kushemeza amahanga agabajungu abo kuba statements zone zabere na mentioninga umukanwa cye izabere nata ahafrowa omishoga gabebembezi UN General Assembly nebyabebembezi abebembezi barkwenda kurra na munonga abo abari kugendera mu izine ryo kurwanira ubugabe bw'abantu oyihireho ebikorobere bibiri nibaho mu ihanga eri Sudan ebi General Fattah al-Burhan byagambireho ebirumu okwibe bintu by'abantu na no kunyaga looting ebere negendo meisho omwihanga eri Sudan okubona bonesa abantu tocha erenge serize ebere negendo meisho ebyo kurwana sahamwe na ebitokoza bonke beri nebitaho mwihanga eri Sudan habortaroro ba mercenaries ababere nabapanyisibwana na abana batababere nabahandika kutwara umuntu arokuza kurwana oyihirehebyo ekibere kiri aha mutwe gwa byona no kupanyisa batezi bembundo kurwo mwihanga eri Russia so ekyo ntumanyangu baheza kumentioninga statement eyo hasaidi ya Abdel Fattah al-Burhan General Fattah al-Burhan na nebyosere nibagambwa iyo hurikize na no muringo gu America iri kujumira ebikwaterena n'abatezi bembundo abo bari kugira ngo bari omur Africa kandi abo bari kugira ngo ebikorobero bariyo no bakorera kimwe omahanga go bari kukoreramo amahanga go nagarmu abatezi bembunda bawe gina America ikakora reporter ware documentaries zakozwe ebitongore by'amakuru kurwo mu ihanga eri America bakabana boreka ngo abawe gina amahanga go nago barumu hariyo kurubatira ubugabe bw'abantu ihurikize kituri kubasa kukirebera aha angwe mwe kugira ngo namazima ninga n'icuba turi kubasa kwakana statements za government ihanga eri America na n'ikitongore cya ecyo bwambege cya bungereza cya MI6 reports ezicyabire n'ikishoza namazima baza kwitegereza amahanga gonagaramo abatezi bembundu nk'abawigena ecyo kurebera ngo mu ihanga eri Sudan hamwe no mu Central African Republic habira hariyo kurubatirira ubugabe bw'abantu omyanya iyabawigena babire bakorera mu emirimo yabo so ikibana bakigamba ikintu basa kwikirizana nacyo habo kuba omahanga go habera hariyo okurubatirira ubugabe bw'abantu ohiriho cyo kurubatirira ubugabe bw'abantu izindi isho zibabire bakira kukoraho iyo hurikize no kutwara ibyo bugiga iby'amahanga kunga okutwara ibyo bugiga izine zimwahandagane zibabire batereho umukono na namahanga ago agabere garimo entaro icyo gurebera nka Central African Republic hamwe n'amahanga gari yo mu West Africa, for example ko mwihanga area Mali. So ebigambo bya General Fattah al-Burhan, Fattah al-Burhan yitorera amahanga mengi ba general zaba bombi bakozire okwetorora amahanga. General Hamadan Dagalo batarukuzayo kunkabere nakira kutuma intumwa ze narshi abajokero b'abintu bakira ku mujokero w'amahanga. Dagalo na waratsindikirwa abajokero for example ho mu East Africa ngo mwihanga rya Uganda. Dagalo aratsindikira abajokero. Abdel Fattah al-Burhan ugu ni nk'umurundo gwa kabiri emirundo mike yindi kwishukaho. So tukujya mu Uganda yonkana naganda mahanga no muri Kenya aragireyo umwihanga area Misiri akazayo na no mahanga gandi una no mu Buharabu na no mahanga gandi ikintu yakita mu United Nations. Netuteka ngo General Fattah al-Burhan ebigambo byo kugira ngo utari kwetenga okuzo mu mpanuro zo businge. We General Dagalo nashaba ngo habeho empanuro zo businge murubo hari kwija kubaho obusinge mwihanga area Sudan konka we owe kitenesa Fattah al-Burhan takwenda mpanuro impanuro zo businge tari kuzenda ekiri kumanyisa ngo heine ecyari kwesiga za campaign zabera mu iwuhurikize narasha mahanga gabere na yitorora nabasa kuba arebere yo support mpango kugira ngo utari kwikiriza okwika hareve yo kugira ngo aze kutaho empanuro zo businge hamwe n'aba Dagalo kandi abari kureba ngo yahereze kuwininga narasho kusingura. Ebigambo byagambere umwihanga area America aha floor ya UN General Assembly nkomwebembezi owihanga area Sudan. Ebinde byagambireho iwuhurikize akanaka bakarinka karuru akarkwija kumuhereza amani omahanga agabajungu utwariremo na nihanga area America. America tuiretene side kugira ngo yaza side age ningeriha abo kuba ubwiro bwinja amahanga ganagabanaga weyinga amani gaba bomba barkurwana. Umuri aba bombe ntabasa kuba harimo utari kubasa kuyambi hanga area Sudani ningoriyo nageza ho kwekorebe ebyar kwenda konka bo naba consideringa interest ne eri kubasa kuba yamba no hoyina man umuri aba bomba bariyo ne barwana. Sukunka ikintu kimanyisa iwuhurikize ngo rutarotaraka hoire obudu wanstandikana kugambira mentality yakubeye ne General Burhan na yetari kubasa kuyambi hanga area Sudan. Aba bombi iwuhurikize General Burhan na shabangu ekigombe ecyaba Rapid Support Force bakete ekigombe ekyabazahambuki kandi kituru kumanya hariho ihanga area Russia habuko baba badagaro automatically nkoko bari kugamba babiri bayambwaho abatezi bembunda bawegena himwe abazungu gizira ngo Ukraine karga koro kufutahirira mu ihanga area Sudan. Ukraine bambega babo bakeja bakoregana Air Force ihanga area Ukraine na bambega kurga omahanga agandi kugira ngo bungereze katsindika akagombe akaruma abantu 200 kwisha kubega abawege no mahanga aga Africa. So Ukraine kije yakora okutahira urutaro turuka hoire aboko bantu manyangu direct Russia na unite kwa kuronda side yer kwisha kuzamu omurutaroru. So General Burhan yanagira ngo utarukwenda mpanuro zo businge ntobantu reba ngo urutaro turuka hoire ndubasa kureto kushesha eshagama bije baze umumpanuro zo businge ubundi hacwekerere ibintu bingi nabukuba Russia RSID ya Dagalo waza kureba statement ziri kugamba General Burhan maybe Dagalo kwarakizeho politics yabo kuba eno mobilize murungi no shongo namanyage na politics amahanga gonaga yose na yitorora na nebigambe byagambire UN General Assembly. So ubundi kwara convincinga ihanga area Russia ninga kwara tembe nyonyazo mu ihanga area Russia nabo yaba convincinga bagarka ahasaidiye kunkwa oyihire hwecho yaba atari kwikiriza empano z'obusinge kandi namanya ngu Russia nebasa kuba eri enyuma ya Dagaro. Even Russia nayo nebe ine interest mu ihanga area Sudan, kandi abanywana ba Sudan abo Dagara rukwetorora mu okwetorora ensi yona abingi waza kubetegereza kubatera mutoki ne ba allies bihanga area Russia. So Russia nayo nebasa kukoresa abanywana bayo ukwenda kuremesa urutaruru kugira ngo rugumizemo mpaka Russia hera hikireze ekeri kwetenga mu rutaruru rwihanga area Sudan, kugira ngo bonana babasa kwikiriza kunka iwo hurikize na air strikes zabiriho mu ihanga area Sudan. Ukraine no kutahirira ihanga area Sudan katerayo enkambe zirimo abawegena kakaba kariya kabona nabo ko bihanga area America. Even tabaragambire cyangu kushumira ihanga area Ukraine kugira ngo baza urutaro barata aharevendisho abingene bagira ngo amahi agihanga area Sudan aga General Burhan gakandi gakoregana n'abasirikare bihanga area Ukraine kugira ngo batahirire enkambiezi. So ikiturugumanya ngo Russia nibasa kuba itaru kukikunda ningana ine basa kucwa obwenjo bundi obukwenda kuhora enzuku nkoko Russia yusire nekora.
Nightfall in a war-torn neighborhood, Kyiv's theater of war against Moscow. Previous CNN investigations exposed that the Sudanese paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has been heavily backed by Wagner as they fight the Sudanese army in a war for dominance. CNN obtained a series of videos of the operation showing 14 different strikes on RSF weapons and equipment believed to be provided by Wagner. We pinpointed 7 different locations of the drone strikes in Omdurman, an RSF stronghold that has become a focal point of the conflict, and we geolocated footage of the night raid to the same city by identifying the buildings seen here. The drone video obtained by CNN had already been edited, but clues remain as to the identity of those behind the attacks. Text on the monitor of the drone controller seen here is in Ukrainian.
Press to start recording.
These commercially available drones are widely used by Ukrainian forces. They have a maximum video transmission range of around 9 miles. That means we can tell that the pilots of the drones were in Sudan, close by. It's a common tactic in Ukraine, but not so much in Sudan. Drone experts consulted by CNN said this is the first time drones like this have been deployed in this fashion in Africa. CNN shared the videos with a high-level source in Sudan's army for comment, who said they had no knowledge of a Ukrainian operation in Sudan and did not believe it was true. Sudan became embroiled in Russia's war against Ukraine last year, despite being thousands of miles from the front line. When, as we reported, Wagner exploited Sudan's gold resources to help finance Moscow's Ukraine war effort, circumventing US sanctions on Russia. After a plane carrying Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin plummeted to the ground late last month, many believed that Wagner's influence would recede.
Wahora documentary ejo ekozurwe ekitongore cy'amakuru cya CNN kihanga area America. Na wahora muringo gubara ku reporting amana n'abakore bihanga area America ko bagarikira mu shongeki. America kabani manya cyango ahakutahirira kwa Ukraine no mwihanga area Sudan. Russia teka tehiniki yagambire ahafutahiro ko kwabiriho mwihanga area Sudan. Sukunka ikintu kibani cyoreka ngo agamhanga gombe nago gataha direct umurataro. So General Fattah al-Burhan yabana kugira ngo urutaro rundo basakuza na no mahanga ganda getoreri hanga area Sudan nikibaska habo kugira ngo basipapa wa babiri nabo bine interest mu rutaroro nubabasa kweta abanywanda babo abetoreri hanga area Sudan nabo kugira ikibakoraho narasho kugira bahagira narasho kugira bahereza ibega mu rutaroro yondi gendo misho. Turije yuko iyo hurikize omwihanga erya Sudan konka bebembezo mu rukiko rwa UN General Assembly buri umabere nagambeke bona bebembezo kurwo mahanga mengi babiri nabagamba urukiko yohurikize ijwe ngo Uganda tutkajwekirwa vice president na delegation nayo yagenzere nayo konka amesho babiri bagatere hamwe na nabebembezo mu West Africa omwebembezi wihanga area Guinea ngamo mahanga iwo hurikiza gagire muko omwebembezi owihanga area Guinea Kano Mama Dadumbuya nawo bamuhereze chance okugamba habwebembezo mwihangariye na nebiriyoni bigendo mu meisho omunsi Kano Mama Dadumbuya argere yashumirira abajungu yashumirira n'amahanga aga Africa yashumirira abebembeza barikutura ombwebembezi iyayoreke bizuba habwenki haberiyo kwamba government mu West Africa Kano Mama Dadumbuya mubwabere nahereza statement zona iwuhurikize mu misho gabebembezi aheru y'urukiko rukuru aheru y'ikizimbe ecya UN General Assembly umwihanga eri America habere hari yabesharinge urubajoro rumwe rubere ndwikiriza n'abahambire government umwihanga eri Guinea urubajoro rundi rubere noruhakanasa Kano Mama Dadumbuya umuringo gwakwatsiremo obwebembezi na no kwakutwariza abantu omwihanga eri Guinea Kano Mama Dadumbuya agizire ngo kirukuretero kwamba government okwamba kwiho mwako gwe2020 iwo hurikizo kusya hati kugira ngo habere yo kwamba government se mirundo 8 na warigire yagira ngo kiretero kwamba za governments omuru West Africa ege mirundi yona guko abere nagamba agizire ngo obwebembezi buri omara Africa na namahanga agabajunga gatari kufayo agarukwenda kugumana ngiha ebintu muri Africa nicyo kiretera abo kwamba za government zabo kwenda ngo bakorera abantu akehe yagira ngo umwihanga eri Guinea we Kano Mama Dadumbuya nkuwe yahabwira abasirikare akabebembera ngo baze kwamba President Alpha Conde ijwe ngo bakampambu kwa mwenda 2021 ngo cyabere ni kirete cyo kaba kuri okwenda ku kwihaho obwebembezi bibi oburwenguzinana ebindi ebisubo byabere biri omwihanga eri Guinea nagira ngo byari kugamba omwihanga eri Guinea birnano mahanga gandi aga West Africa agabiremo kwamba government hamwe na no mu Central Africa nagira ngo haba hatabireho empinda hinduka omahanga aga Africa bukirikare ngo nubije kugumana barebo kwamba governments kandi ngo nkije no kuguma okwemereza bari no bahamba government ngo muri West Africa Mama Dadumbuya agire yagira ngo nubije kugumizamo obwebembezi nubije kubuhereza abantu baburisho konka butarahati hariyo mu UN Mama Dadumbuya agumizemo yagira ngo Africa ina abantu bengi konka nicyo mutangaza kugira ngo yensi tabarafire yo Africa zungu ibyo kubajumirira ngo bari no baza kubataho sanctions manya bari yabahambira government manya bahamba government ngo babatafire kugira icyo bayikora nikije kuretera abasirikare kwe kwataramo ngo nicyo bahambira government kandi ngo ababona bari kugezaho kwenda kwihoza government z'abasirikare bahambire za governments z'abasirikare mu West Africa baje kwatanaza hamwe ngabahambira government mu West Africa konka hero habira hariyo groups ibirezeberneze sharinga.
Two groups of Guinean protesters gathered outside the UN, some voicing their support for Guinea's transitional president who took power in a coup in 2021, while others shout their opposition as they make a speech in front of the 78th UN General Assembly in New York. It said the recent coups in Africa are attempts by militaries to save their countries from presidents' broken promises. However, very clearly, without hypocrisy, without pretense, eye to eye, we're all aware that this model of democracy that you so insidiously and skillfully impose on us after the La Boule summit in France, almost in a religious manner, is not working. Dubois told the UN General Assembly that beyond condemning the coups, global leaders must also look and address the deep-rooted causes. We need a pro, no anti-American, pro, no anti-Chinese, pro, no anti-French, pro, no anti-Russian, pro, no anti-Turkish. We're simply pro-African. That's all we are. Guinea is one of the several nations in West and Central Africa that have experienced each coup since 2020. The military takeover, sometimes celebrated by citizens in those countries and condemned by the international organizations.
Mamada Dumbuya iwuhurikiza rigire yagambira bibembe babiri bari UN General Assembly ngo tarkwenda kuba pro manyarusha ngo nahagira Russia ninga nahagira America ninga nahagira Turkey ninga nahagira China bo no bahagira Africa. Sehurikize gino breed ya bibembe izire umar Africa. Kategereze iwuhurikize kiryo nikija umbwire ubumesho uko business statements izabingi babere beyine omukutandika umuntu we no kuza politics iwuhurikize ari kubananda kuhagirwa amhangaga yini babanza abantu bakubuza no hagera Russia no hagera China no hagera America ngo pro west ninga pro east so ugwargire yagira ngo hino bari kuhagira bo we na kwihono bahagira continent ya Africa reka turyo muri Africa nibinge biri muri Africa iwuhurikize umwihanga iriya Gabon wa president wa Gabon umutabani n'abandi bari kwikanka 10 bacwerirwe emishango irimo burugwenguzana na ebindi konka mutabani wa ari bongo obaro kwita Nordin bongo we ayinebizo bingi bamuteyire umucyume bakiriyo bamucondozaho konkara amakora gabe ngagira ngo nyina akariyo na planinganisha kugira ngo bamuhereze entebe benwe yazombigere bya ari bongo sabasirikare ubwo bamukwatiso mukuno gwecho hariho okutina ngo basa kwija kumucwere imyaka mingi omucyume nabatina ngo batamuri kora kaza heru abo kubakira muto abundi akaplaningira byo kugaruka ombwe bembeze Umuritaru Russia na Ukraine mu cyange cya kerosani iwuhurikize Russia yakora yo kutahira bagira ngo hafu umuntu mu kurgira harmeya uworembo urwa kerosani ebyona nubaho iwuhurikize president wihanga area Ukraine ari umuritaye yorwe umwihanga area America Volodymyr Zelensky arigireyo yagambira abanyishengero kwa kwenda ibyo kurwanisa biri kumara konka ngo yireho cyo babatamuhereze ibyo kurwanisa ibiri kumarana no buhezo buri kumara ebukwaterena no kuwininga rutaro babyebwe omihanga iri ya Ukraine arigiye yagira ngo rutaruru bamanye ngo barwana ka Ukraine konka bari no barwanira ahabwihanga iri ya America Volodymyr Zelensky iwuhurikize America rigire yagira ngo nija kumuhereza ubundi buyambi buri kwingana nka miliyoni zigana 28 za dola. Volodymyr Zelensky abere nareba nko ine stress omunkika zaberarumo nashango hine bitagenzerege iwuhurikiza wanorebana no muringo ogu abere nagamba n'abanyamakuru hariho umunyamakuru mburize ekibuzo Volodymyr Zelensky umuringo gwamugarikiremo abere ine stress so Volodymyr Zelensky nashango hine bitagenzere ryo mwihanga iri ya America hine bitamushemeze ababere nabugana iwuhurikize konka president wihanga iri ya America Joe Biden ye yaraganasa musabite itorion stahamu wari naza kutsindika za tanka iza Abraham's tanks za tanka zo murembe zimwe har za tanka zirho ubwa hato munsi ezo murembe ndwana munonga Abraham's tanks nibaza kuzitsindika next week omwihanga iri ya Ukraine so terihona no buyambi obubarangirire iwuhurikize Volodymyr Zelensky warigire yabagira ngo baba tari kwenda kufita musente umuritaro bamanye ngo naza kuruzinga nka Ukraine na Volodymyr Zelensky konkana government ihanga area America neza kuba yaruzinga urutaro.
On this, the 548th day of his war, Volodymyr Zelensky was in Washington to tell America that it is their war too.
Mr. President, how important is this visit?
Two commanders-in-chief, side by side, and with a united message.
Together with our partners and allies, the American people are determined to see to it that you do all we can to ensure the world stands with you, and that is our overwhelming objective right now.
Today I'm in Washington to strengthen our position to defend Ukrainian children, our families, our whole freedom and democracy in the world.
From the White House to the Pentagon, a wreath and a moment to reflect. With his wife, they carry a heavy burden. Flanked by America's top general and defense secretary, the men providing the weapons still for this battle. But for how long? Well, that is up to the politicians. And in Congress, as a faraway war drags on, there are questions, there are concerns, and there are some influential doubters.
And so it isn't just the White House or the Pentagon. It is here, Capitol Hill, where his focus is, where he is shuttling the corridors, trying to shore up support.
Zelensky hears that vocal, unhappy minority on the Republican, Trumpian right. The meetings were private, just photos of the moments they asked him what the plan for victory was. He told them only that it was getting closer.
We talked about a lot of different things. I thought it was a very good, I thought it was a direct, I thought it was productive. I raised issues with them, we're very concerned about accountability.
President Zelensky, is your message getting through?
The starkest insight of Ukraine's message came from the Senate Majority Leader.